A medical school is ordered to stop liquefying bodies after using them for training. Some individuals were arrested in California for pretending to be a bear to attack a car for an insurance payout. And Australians are asked to chart their farts for research. These are the weird stories for Monday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast. I got 3 kinky stories from around the world for you today. Let's do it. A medical school in Texas was caught illegally liquefying dead bodies. This is not to be confused with a bad episode of Will It Blend. I didn't know that they were liquefying bodies. This might be a new way to go out, guys. You know, why take up space after you're dead? You know, with a plot in a cemetery. I've always been for either cremation or put me in the ground as I am and let me just disintegrate into the soil. Let the worms eat me. You know, I would like a mango seed pushed up my butt when I'm dead, and then I want to grow into a mango tree. That's how I want to go out. Is anyone writing this down? I don't have a living will of any sort, so it's going to be up to you guys to get together and prove exactly how I want to be buried per the evidence on this podcast. Okay, I'm gone off the rails already, and we're not even 30 seconds into this story. Forgive me. We have here a medical school in the state of Texas that's been caught illegally liquefying dead bodies after they used them for research. Now, this was all done without the permission of the deceased or the family, which is probably why they're in this conundrum. You got to get permission. Hey, could we please liquefy Grandpa? You know, sign here if you're agreeing that we can liquefy Grandpa. If we can put Grandpa in a blender. Now, this all occurred during an inspection last month. Staff at the University of North Texas Health Science Center were found to have been carrying out this grim practice known as water cremation. Never heard of water cremation before. A new bombshell report reveals that medical school was not only studying unclaimed human remains without permission, but they later turned the bodies into some liquid. It says here the gory process of liquefaction is referred to as final disposition of human remains using alkaline hydrolysis. In the alkaline hydrolysis process, chemicals, water, and heat break down human remains, leaving behind a liquid that is then discarded. The liquid is then sent to a wastewater treatment facility. Bone and teeth pieces are left behind, and those are pulverized into ashy leftovers that can be collected and returned to the family members. So-called water cremations are actually illegal in Texas and 25 other states, which only allows for bodies to be buried or cremated traditionally. And legalization of water cremations has faced some oppositions from religious groups in the past. Specifically, the Texas Catholic Conference of Bishops say this process fails to treat the body with dignity and respect. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's any less disrespectful as cremating a body, really. It would be disrespectful if you liquefied Grandma and then served her as a tropical smoothie. Now, that's very disgraceful and not respectful at all to Grandma. Now, as for the fallout of this investigation regarding the liquefaction of the bodies at that University of North Texas Health Science Center, they say officials have fired the people who ran that program, and that program has been shuttered. They said the intent of the program was to educate future physicians, scientists, and other health professionals and improve the quality of health for families and future generations. They say, we are committed to operating all programs here with transparency, integrity, and the highest ethical standards, and we are dedicated to maintaining trust in our institution, yada, yada, yada. Just a PR guy coming out to say, it's just all talk. If you gave a damn about the highest of ethical standards and integrity and transparency, you would have gotten permission to do this from the families of the deceased. I mean, imagine finding out they did this with your relatives. It's just, that's not good news. It's not okay. I, for one, have said this on the podcast many times. I am very much pro not taking up space after you're dead. So liquefation's fine with me. Cremation, I'm okay with all of this. Any other Asians that you can think of to do some things to do with the body? I know there's burials at sea these days. I covered that story. And I'm okay with all of that. Don't take up space after you're dead. What's wrong with you? That's a super egoistic way to go out, in my opinion. I'm okay. You want a gravestone? Sure, sure. Some memorial. But taking up space in the ground and a coffin, all that, that's just such an archaic, stupid way. I mean, have you seen the price of rent? All right. There's not enough space to go around. Why would you take it up when you're dead already? Anyways, but at the end of the day, you got to get permission from the families, that sort of thing, from the deceased. I agree with all of that. You know, I for one don't want to find out that my grandpa's been liquefied and then used in that Nickelodeon show Slime for the contestants. That's no bueno. Australians have been asked to chart their farts for some research. Smelly, thunderous, lingering, or silent, Australians are being asked to log their farts for the sake of science. The CSIRO is hoping to capture flatulence data from tens of thousands of Australians, including the frequency, the stench, the loudness, and the duration, in order to help researchers better understand the nation's gut health. Oh man, what a great excuse to just let it rip at home, or anywhere, really. Hey, that's rude. How could you do that here at the cafe? Hey, man, I'm doing this for science, all right? I'm helping out researchers. I care about our nation's gut health. Let's jump back into the story and find out exactly how the citizens are going to log their farts. Is the nation going to send out some fart measuring devices? Or are people just supposed to carry around a notebook? Maybe there's an app for that, like some sort of fart tracker? You know, like a step tracker? You got to get my farts in. I'm up to 100 farts a day. I got to get my farts in. So pass the beans. Let's go out for Mexican. Now we got a scientist in this study who says, quote, "It's really variable depending on the types of food that you eat, how much fiber you eat, and how much you're moving around. This is the big question. What is normal? We really want to get some good quality comprehensive data to try to pin down that number. Flatulence. It's important to study. Different foods, medical conditions, or even the way we chew or swallow can have an impact on how our body processes the excess gas, leading to different smells, frequency, and even volume." I hope you'll permit my terrible Australian accent. Surprisingly, it's one of the better accents I do. That tells you how bad the other ones are. Now, this organization, CSIRO, did a gut health study in 2021. I guess they were tracking fats in 2021, tracking some fats with a fat meter. And they found more than 60% of Australians reported excessive flatulence, with more than 40% experiencing it most days. Are we not supposed to have flatulence most days? I seem to. I thought that was normal. I don't know. I've never analyzed my farts. If I was to analyze my farts, it would be a project. I'm going to need a bigger database. We're going to need a bigger database, guys. Also, I get farts sometimes that are just so inappropriate, and they do not need documenting whatsoever. Science does not need to know what's going on over here. Okay, it says here, in Australia, though, if you want to participate, people aged 14 and older are invited to track their flatulence. Oh, I feel so bad for those under 14 who want to participate, because it's fun to participate in the flatulence nation tracking, isn't it? I feel like you're doing your duty. All right, here we have. Oh, it's an app for your phone. It's the Chart Your Fart phone app. Oh, I gotta look into this fart app. Can I download it in my country and just add my data? Why not? Okay, this scientist says when you go into the app, you can click record, record your fart. You feel one coming? Just hit the button. This is hilarious, man. Okay, you can record, and then there are 5 characteristics that are going to appear. We got stench, loudness, duration, linger, and detectability on a sliding scale. The app will start to literally chart when you fart. Okay, I found the app on Google Play. I assume it's for the iPhone as well. All right, it's called Chart Your Fart by CSIRO. This is fascinating. Okay, whether they're loud, smelly, or just downright hilarious, everyone has their own unique relationship with farts. We get it, and that's why we've developed Chart Your Fart, a fun and informative way to delve into the fascinating world at the bottom end of diet. Our team have done a lot of work in diet and gut health. Bloating and changes in gas production are common complaints and talking points. As part of our ongoing efforts in health and well-being research, we present to you the Chart Your Fart app. I love this. Not only is it hilarious, but it's probably pretty helpful. All right, I'm clicking on some of the images in the app to see what it looks like. Oh, it looks very nice. And, the dashboard here says, you have recorded 9 toots so far today. Okay, then then there's optional ratings of your farts: stench, loudness, duration, linger, detectability, graphs and charts, user details. Wow, they ask you like your education level, your standard of living, where do you live, your gender, your age. That's all part of the fart charter. You have it says, you have recorded 9 guffs so far today. They use very silly words for farts as well. You fluffed, it says. Congratulations. Wow, man, I really think this is so funny. I love this. This is the thing about this podcast. Like, I discover hilarious, weird things myself, and I'm just like, I'm into it. I'm into it. Now, of course, I'm going to have to download this app and see if I can contribute, even though I'm here. So it probably uses like an IP address, and it won't let me. Maybe it lets me input my fart information, but I don't go directly into the database. I can't contribute to that. But maybe for my own edification and amusement, I can track my own farts. But I love this. Hey, pull my finger for science. Just remember it's weird news and it'll be all right. Beep. 4 people were arrested for allegedly staging bear attacks to receive insurance payouts. A group of Los Angeles County residents were arrested after they allegedly staged bear attacks. They used a bear costume, in their attempt to receive payouts from their insurance providers. The investigation was dubbed, quote, Operation Bear Claw. We have 4 individuals submitted similar insurance claims after a so-called bear wrecked the interior of their cars in the San Bernardino County. This is according to the California Department of Insurance. Investigators began to look into the incident after one of the insurance companies suspected fraud, revealing that multiple claims were filed for the same location. The claimants allegedly provided video footage to their insurance companies of a supposed bear damaging the interior of their vehicles. Those videos were all in the exact same location outside of a residence, meant to show the bear entering the cars and crawling around. But upon further scrutiny of the video, the investigation determined the bear was actually a person in a bear costume. What is this? People reenacting Scooby-Doo episodes in real life? Is that what's going on? And I wouldn't have got away with it, too, if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Now, it says these fraudsters with the bear costume attempted to collect insurance on some luxury cars. They were doing it in luxury cars. A Rolls-Royce Ghost was one of the cars, a Mercedes G63 AMG, a Mercedes E350. And the total amount in scams cost the insurance companies over $140,000. And it says here, not only did they catch the perpetrators, but they also found the bear costume as well. It had brown fur and a head shaped like a bear, paws, and metal hand tools to simulate claw marks. It was found in the suspect's home, so these idiots. Next time you're hating yourself for making a dumb choice in life, just remember these guys dressed up in a bear costume to commit insurance fraud and then kept the bear suit in their possession in their home. I mean, really. So don't beat yourself up, guys. All right, and there's a photo of the bear suit. I recommend taking a look at it. Where did they get this from? Temu? This was like the cheapest bear suit ever. They probably just picked this up at Spirit Halloween. This is not a good bear suit. This is not authentic. You should have just gotten a Sasquatch outfit at that point. This is such JV activity, man. Come on. Why would you even keep it, man? I guess they thought it worked so well that they were going to just do it again and again and again. They're like, this seems to be working out. Let's try an airplane next. I mean, just put food in your car and park it near a bear habitat. Let the bear go to town on it, or just drizzle honey all over the hood of your car or something. Let a real bear go at it. That's smarter than this plan. It's so stupid. I mean, talk about doing the bare minimum to cover your tracks, right, guys? Come on, a pun. I had to slip one in there. All right, you'll love this part. Apparently, investigators showed the videos to a biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife who declared that this was clearly a human in a bear suit. I love that I mean, I saw the video. I mean, you don't need a biologist opinion on this one. I mean, a child could have told you this is a human in a bear costume. They went to a biologist. I love it. The biologist probably went back and made a presentation in front of all the investigators. Yes, if you'll see here, see the number of toes on this bear don't coincide with the number of toes on a real Kodiak. And also, you could see the Crocs. He's wearing Crocs on his feet. So a real bear wouldn't wear Crocs. And you see at some point he takes a selfie. So bears don't take selfies in nature. The biologist said also, this being a grizzly bear, there are no grizzly bears in the state of California. The only wild bears in the San Bernardino Mountains or anywhere else in the state of California are black bears, according to the Fish and Wildlife Department. So these guys didn't even get the right bear for the state. There's so many funny aspects to this story of these bumbling Scooby-Doo criminals, man. Yes, and I would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids. Zoinks! Zoinks! Hey, Scoob! It's a guy in a bear suit, Scoob! I don't do a very good Shaggy. I'm so sorry. I try, though. I try. I really enjoy the old school first gen Scooby-Doo episodes. I think they were like 1968, 69. Those are the best ones. I just love that soft animation that they used. It's really, really good. I watched Scooby-Doo as a kid. I watched many incarnations of the Scooby-Doo show, even when they had Scrappy-Doo, which I didn't like very much. I wasn't a fan of Scrappy-Doo. Like I said, the original, the OG one. I even like the ones they would have like cameos by famous people. There's like Phyllis Diller's in one. I think the Harlem Globetrotters, Jonathan Winters. It was really, really cool. I enjoyed Scooby-Doo. Anyways, hey, thank you for spending some time with me in this silly little podcast that I record inside a closet. I appreciate your time, and I want to thank everybody who reached out to me over the weekend and sent me stories. I hope you enjoyed the Florida Friday episode. I think it was a doozy. I'll do my best to do a bunch of episodes this week. I'm going to be traveling, though, just FYI. On Wednesday, I fly out to Boston. I'm going to spend the holidays with my family. And while I'm there, which will be a week or more, I'm going to be very busy with family. And I'm going to make the attempt to get every episode out every day for Thanksgiving. But I may struggle with that, so just FYI. If there's a day off, Jonesy's alive. Jonesy's just, very busy with family. I haven't been home since 2021, so there's a lot of catching up to do. And I'll no doubt be, hanging out with my relatives back there. That's going to be a priority for me because I never see my family being out here in California. So just FYI, I'm not dead. I'm just taking some time with the fam. I probably won't do a Thanksgiving episode, but the next day is Friday, so I'll do my best to do a Florida Friday episode, of course. And this week, obviously, I'll do a Florida Friday episode. But just giving you all a heads up, I'm still available. You can always email me, funnyjones@gmail.com. And the number here is 646-450-2012. If you would like to send me some gravy money, you can go to my website, weirdafnews.com, and you can buy me a coffee for the holidays or join the Patreon as well. That's pretty cool, right? If you join the Patreon, you get access to the latest bonus episode that I put out, which is fabulous. So check that out. And good luck with your life, man.